Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Rural Life and Sustainable Living. My name is Jabulile, aka Malushaba. Welcome. If you are new and if you are returning, thank you for choosing us again. If you have not subscribed, please hit that button and subscribe. Hit the notification button as well so that you can get notified every time we post a new video. Welcome back to another video. So like I said, in this video we'll be talking about being mortgage free and or bond free. In South Africa it's called a bond. So basically, most people, when they want to acquire a home, they will take a loan with the bank so that they can purchase their home, which is usually a loan period of loan repayment period of 20 to 30 years. And this is something that my husband and I did not want to do. So my husband's name is Amiel, so I'm gonna refer to him as Amiel, guys, so I don't keep saying my husband. His name is Amiel. So uh Amiel and I didn't want to take a loan to build a house, because we're just thinking, 20 years to 30 years. And we looked at the option of buying land as well. And buying land, you have to have about, is it 60%? I think no, you have to have 40% cash or your own money, and then the bank will give you 60%. And then the loan repayment period is also 20 to 30 years, unless if then you can pay it off quicker. So we looked into that, and for most of the land that we had liked in the areas that we wanted, we didn't have the 40% that they wanted. And we'd looked at different options, and one of the options that we had looked at was, okay, there's a certain lifestyle that we want to live. If we're buying land anywhere else, it has to be kind of in a farm type of setting. And in most rural areas you get that, you get land, big land, and you still have this community type of setting that you get, that has been very beneficial for myself, Amiel, and our children. I would not trade it for anything, guys. I really would not trade it for anything. And um with us looking for land, we were also looking for a place where it is just, it is not like, the still, the space is still open. It's not, you get certain rural areas, they are rural, but they are more like townships, because the houses are so close together, the spaces are not as big. We didn't want that, so we're very intentional in what we were looking for, and the reasons we were looking to do what we were doing, moving to a rural area. It was for the lifestyle, number one, and it was also for what we could afford, because number one, we are a single income household. And so we were looking at what we can afford, what our plans are as a family, what we are wanting to achieve as a family, and what would suit our needs and lifestyle. And then we decided definitely a rural area, because we are also not city people, like I've said in other videos that I've done. We are just not city people, and just also having moved from Johannesburg, my husband, Emil, was raised in the city. That I was raised in a township. I love where I come from, because it's not like your typical type of a township. I would still live there. Um so but just me having moved to Gauteng for school, I never liked it. I really just never liked it. And I met someone who also shared those kind of values and just vision in terms of what they want for their life. And so it was never even something that we had to discuss like that, because like we've discussed it, yes, in terms of how do we actually implement these things that we want to do, but just also we were just aligned in terms of what we want for our lives and for our family. So we looked for some, we wanted a place next to water, like a river. We'd found that place where we were staying at. It was next to a dam, but like there was just always just this need for, it has to be flowing water. We want like a river. And the first time we came here, yo, I don't know, like it was river, river, and then they came and showed us this land. So it's on a hill, and just standing here and listening to just the water flowing every morning, it's a blessing that I'm grateful for every day. And just the fact that literally every time we decide, no, we just want to take a walk to the river, and it's like we don't even, we have options, different options. Today we'll go to that river, tomorrow we'll go to the other one. And we have not even scratched the surface in terms of exploring these places. It's so serene, it's so beautiful, it's so calming, it's so, it just makes me so grateful for for the access we have to these places. And can you just imagine if it were anywhere else other than here in the rural area we live in, or any other rural area, how much you'd have to pay if, say, it was in a suburb, to live in a place like this. So we found the place, and it we're told that it costs 8,000 rands. So we bought this place for 8,000 rands. I'm not sure how big this land is, but it was like a slope all the way. Like maybe, yeah, I'll show you one day exactly where it started at, because I actually did not take any pictures of like the place before we started leveling it. So we had to level it so that, and generally, I think I've even said this in a previous video, in KZN, KZN is like, or like this, let me say eThekwini is a mountain place. It's a mountain. I don't know, because I don't want to say KZN, because I know that there are parts of KZN that are not like this. So let me say most parts, or some parts of KZN, it's a mountain type of place. So you literally have to level most of the time. You don't easily find level land. You have to level it out. But ours was quite steep, so we had to like almost level out the entire area. So one day I will measure it out properly and tell you how big it is. But for us, it was big enough. We loved how big it was, and that we could possibly, if we wanted, at some point make a way for us to be able to go down the river. But for now, they are close enough for us to walk if we want to walk. If we decide we want to just take the car and go to the further ones, we do that. So that's number one. So we were able to pay 8,000 rands without having to like go through the bank to buy the land. So the one. So then we're like, okay, now we want to build. We found our land, the land we've always wanted. So now we want to build. And so we decided, okay, how do we do this? Do we build bit by bit? Because like I said from the start, we're not going the route of a bond. And the reason we didn't want to go that is because we are in pursuit of financial freedom. So we didn't want just the thought of 20 years, 30 years paying this amount of money, and should anything not go as we hope life will go, maybe we find ourselves not having income, and we have this bond. In most cases your house gets repossessed if you are unable to meet your obligations in terms of your repayments. Yes, you can make arrangements with the bank, but those arrangements include you paying money. So what happens if you can't? They come and take your home, and you've been paying for this home for 10 years. You've been raising children in this home for 10 years, 12 years. They take it. And we didn't want to find, life is unpredictable, guys. Life is unpredictable. So we didn't want to find ourselves in a situation where we've been paying but we don't have a home, because should it happen, should the unfortunate happen that you lose income and you are unable to pay. So we asked ourselves, do we pay bit by do we build bit by bit, until maybe it's in a, like, do we like maybe do like a 1 bedroom, or like, what do we do, how do we do it? And I mean, by then, my son, this was in 2020, when we'd moved from the place where we'd been staying. It was in a suburb, but all along we've just been planning on how do we actually move to the next step of owning our own home, because we were renting. So what we did is that we got this opportunity to stay to test out the area where we had initially wanted to build at. So there was this home or property where the owners were not staying there. It was we had to kind of get it to a livable level with our own money. But at the end of the day, we were not gonna be paying rent, so we felt, okay, it's worth it. Yes, we're gonna leave. It's gonna be, the windows would be repaired, the doors would be repaired, the floors would be repaired. It would be left in a livable state. But then if you think about the fact that, okay, this is how much we spent, and this is how much we would have spent if we were paying rent, I mean, for us, it just made sense. Okay, we can stay here. And it wasn't the nicest of places, guys. It was not the nicest of places. And it took a lot for me to say yes, yes. I had to see it as not what it was when we went to see the place. I had to see it as what it could be when we've kind of renovated it a little bit, and I had to see it as what it could do for us in terms of the vision we had and the plans we had. And so we moved there, and within like the month that we were there, we're like, yeah, definitely we don't wanna we're not gonna build here. Luckily, we were able to get a refund for the amount that we'd already paid for the land that we wanted there. But we stayed there just over a year. Like I said, so June, July, August. So we were there for 1 year, 1 month, 13 months to be exact. And the plan had been to stay there for just 12 months. But building here took slightly longer than we had hoped. Anyways, okay, so we had planned to stay there 12 months or less, but we stayed there 13 months. So we went there, and then we were not, because we're not paying rent, we took the money that we were gonna um we had been paying rent previously, and then we also just added what extra money we had and said, okay, we're gonna look for land with this money, and we basically saved our money, our our rent money, and then we decided, okay, in February of 2021, when we found the land in December, and then we paid for it, and then so we had moved at the other place in June, and then come February, now we decided, okay, we're not gonna pay we're not gonna build the house bit by bit, because really I didn't wanna stay there. It was secluded and very bushy, and so there were too many snakes, and snakes, guys, freak me out. I literally get physically sick just by seeing a snake. I can't. And we'd had too many I had too many encounters. I was suffering. Not to say we haven't seen them here, but like, not like within a month, I think we and I would always be the one that sees them first, and we'd already seen 5. I was like, guys, no, I cannot be here. First of all, the weather here is too extreme, and then like snakes all the time, and besides that, it wasn't our property, and we wanted to have our own property, and so I was like, okay, you know what, I do not see myself being here longer than the period that we've set for ourselves. So, I feel like, you know what, let's take a loan, and build. We don't have to build the entire plan of the house that we have. We can just build it so that it's livable. And at the time, my daughter wasn't living with us for that year. There were like these horrible snake ants. That's the other thing. Yo, guys, those ants. And I think I said this in a previous video. Yeah, yo, ay. They were vicious. If they bit you, you'd be left with marks on your body, like dark marks. And I mean, some of them haven't gone away yet. I'm still they are fading, slowly fading, but they have not completely gone away.
Oh my god, Susan.
Yeah, ke tla o isa papa. E re ke qete video ne. Yeah. So it was that, and my daughter is terrified of ants. She is like, I don't know, but she loves snakes. Go figure. Go figure. She's not scared of snakes, but ants. She couldn't. And also the other thing was that I just had my son who just moved to a rural area. It was the pandemic. I had no help. My son had bad, horrible eczema. I was struggling. I was really struggling because he wasn't sleeping at all from like 1 month to it started getting better towards the time when he was turning 1, but yeah, it's gotten far better now. Like far better, and he's 3 now. But during those months, those early months of his life in particular, I felt like I was going crazy because we were not sleeping at all. Like, we were not sleeping, guys. Like, he couldn't sleep, and the hotter it was, the more he would scratch himself. It was just horrible. So that was the struggle at the time. So I just felt like, and I was also homeschooling our daughter, so it was too much. It was too much all at once. So we decided, okay, we would ask our parents, my in-laws, to assist us for that period, just so that we can we can move to our own place, and we're hoping and praying that Asa his skin issue would be better, because psychologically it was messing me up. Lack of sleep and just the everything that we were experiencing during that time, it was just a lot for me. It was just a lot. So um so that was also the other reason we needed to move within a year, because we just also felt that we want our children to grow together. We didn't want them to spend too much time apart. They did see each other. We'd go to Gauteng, where our parents are, my husband's parents, because my parents live in a different province. So um we they'd also, you know, talk via video calls and all. No, baba, no. Mm-mm. So but we felt like it's important for them to grow in the same environment, you know. So that was the other reason we wanted her to come back. So fine, we were like, okay, then we're gonna take a loan. So we decided to take 100,000 loan as a part of our building project, which had a 6-year term. But we told ourselves that we would pay it off within a year, or within a space of nothing more than 3 years if we could. And we've been able to pay it off. So we took the loan in February of 2021. So 2022 was 1 year, this year 2 years, February, and now it's finished. We finished it this month. So it's February, March, April, May, June. 2 years and 4 months. In just under 2 years and 4 months, we've been able to pay off that loan that we had taken to build the house. And I know that someone might ask, how much exactly did the house cost? So it's about it's a round house. It's 12 meters diameter, so midway 6 meters. So yeah, it cost just over 100,000 to build the house, and we've been able to pay off that loan within just over 2 years. We've been able to pay off a 6-year loan, and we did that. How we did that is that we took the amount. We knew that if we took this amount and this is the repayment period, we could pay this much extra every single month, and then whatever extra money that we would get, bonuses or like extra money from whatever, because I also do other things as an entrepreneur. Whatever extra money we'd have, we'd also just put into the loan, and that's how we've been able to and consistently so we have been paying extra money. That set amount that we were paying as like the repayment, plus whatever we had set as, okay, this is how much we're gonna pay every month consistently. And then when we had extra money, we were putting into the loan. So that's how we've been able to have a home without a bond or or mortgage. And that's always been our dream, and I feel that we we were determined to achieve that goal. And I would say that if you are looking at, you wanna own a home, and you are looking at, okay, this is what you can afford, I would really encourage you to look at moving to a rural area if it's close to your needs. Like I explained in a previous video, that when we were choosing, we wanted a place that is not too far out, in terms of my husband driving to work, and then in terms of me also being able to do the things that I need to do for my business, or just running errands for our family, or just us as a family needing to do whatever we want to do, because we are not always just here. We do like going to the beach, and it's about depending on which one we are going to, it's just under 30 minutes to go there. So just us being able to access those things, areas that we usually go to as a family, we wanted to be able to still go there without us having to drive hours and hours. So if you feel that there is a place like that for you, and um maybe also you might even have this like similar goals to us. Maybe you want to live sustainably, you are not a fan of the city. Maybe you are looking for a place that is a little bit more secure. I mean, there's always criminal activity happening, everywhere. You don't know the minds of people that exist close to you, or that maybe come to where you live. But I feel like in terms of our children's safety, our safety, we are more secure than we were where we were living, and most people where most people live. So if you are looking for those kind of things, I would encourage you to live in a rural area. If you're looking to not have a bond, and you are able to spare some money to build, maybe you start small, a 1 bedroom, you can do that. And now, and with just what we've built, our this round that we have right now, it has 2 bedrooms, which are actually for our children, and then it has our bedroom. However, right now, because the house is not finished, we're using one of the bedrooms for ourselves, and then the others for the children. And our bedroom, because the space is quite big, we're using it as the dining room and living area. And then our bathroom, because it's also big, we're using it as like a kitchen kind of space. And then we have a bathroom, and we have an office as well. So I mean, yeah, we I can say it's a complete house. It's a complete house, even though we've kind of had to kind of make certain adjustments for now, because we have not finished the house. So yeah, I think that's that's what I can say, guys. There are options in terms of you not living the tradition, or doing things the traditional way, or the way society has been accustomed to doing things, or to people doing things. And I feel like you also have to be brave enough. I don't know if brave is the word, but maybe I should say you have to kind of be a kind of person that doesn't care a lot what people think or say, because people will be like, how you're going to live in the farms, because my farmer, you're going to go live in rural areas. And people have all sorts of perceptions about people that live in rural areas. But you have to not care what people think. You have to think about, okay, well, this is my goal for my life, and this is what I'm going to do. These are this is the vision we have, these are the plans we have for our family, for ourselves. And um in as much as some things are out of our control, but I feel like the one thing you can do for yourself is limit the debt you have. If you can do that, it gives you a lot of freedom to adjust to life's challenges, financially speaking. I feel like it helps a lot, because yeah, okay, let me leave this to for the next video. But yeah, this is how we've been able to live bond free and mortgage free. And if this is something that interests you, and maybe you have questions that you want to ask me directly, you can email us. Our email address is rural life and sustainable living at gmail.com. I will respond to whatever questions that you may have, and I'll also put it in the description. So I hope that I've been clear, I've clarified, and I've been as transparent as possible. And if you, like I said, if you have any questions, ask me directly. You can ask the questions in the a question in the comment section, but also just ask me directly in our email so that I can give you a more I can expound a little bit more where I can in the email. So see you in the next video.